This is Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Welcome to Pulse of Africa News. I'm Gamachisa Mandida. We cover inspiring stories and key moments shaping Africa. We begin with Ethiopians marking Ketera with faith, ritual and renewal. Ethiopians across the country on Saturday observed Ketera, the sacred eve of rituals, fervent prayers and vibrant communal gatherings, ushering in one of the most revered celebrations in the Ethiopian Orthodox Christian calendar. Ketera marks the period of spiritual preparation ahead of Dimgat, which commemorates the baptism of Jesus Christ in the river Jordan. The observance draws millions of faithful into churches, public squares and open water sites, transforming cities and towns into living expressions of devotion, heritage and collective faith. At the heart of Ketera is the ceremonial procession of the Tabut, the consecrated replica of the Ark of the Covenant that lies at the core of Ethiopian Orthodox worship. Carried with deep reverence from churches to nearby rivers, lakes and pools, the Tabut processions are led by clergy adorned in richly colored vestments. The air resonates with ancient hymns, rhythmic drums and illumination as worshippers follow on foot in powerful display of unity and spiritual commitment. In the capital Addis Ababa, major ceremonial grounds including Jan Meda and Sutuskilo drew vast crowds as security personnel and volunteers coordinated efforts to ensure orderly and peaceful observances. Comparable scenes unfolded across the country in historic and religious centers such as Gondar, Bahar Dar, Aksum and Hawassa, where anticipation steadily mounted for the main Dimgat celebration. Religious leaders used the occasion to deliver messages of peace, moral renewal and social cohesion, calling on Ethiopians to strengthen bonds of compassion, tolerance and shared responsibility. Many worshippers spent the night in prayer near water bodies, while others observed long-standing traditions such as lighting bonfires, symbolizing purification and spiritual readiness. Ketera sets the spiritual and cultural foundation of Dimgat, celebrated the following day with mass baptisms and the blessings of water, reaffirming Ethiopia's ancient Christian identity. Now, we take you to our correspondent, Zelalem Ibeltal, who brings the lively spirit and sacred traditions of Ketera straight to you.
Hundreds of thousands of people from all walks of life come to the street and showcase their diverse tradition and colorful culture. By the way, Ethiopian Epiphany is also serving as a major platform whereby diversity of culture and tradition is being displayed. Ethiopia is a country with more than 80 ethnic groups come to the streets of Addis Ababa, as you can see, and they are showcasing their tradition, their culture, their diversity. By the way, Ethiopian Epiphany, as you can see, is celebrated in the colorful and spectacular manner, as you can see. By the way, Ethiopian Epiphany is inscribed by UNESCO, United Nations Education, Science and Culture Organization, as intangible cultural heritage of the world. That means Ethiopian Epiphany is not only a treasure of Ethiopia. In fact, Ethiopian Epiphany is a treasure for all humanity. That's why Ethiopian Epiphany is attracting millions of tourists around the world. So today, for example, as of today, thousands and thousands of tourists, foreign tourists are coming from different parts of the world, and they are participating in the celebration of this beautiful Ethiopian Epiphany. By the way, I got the opportunity and the good fortune of talking to various tourists coming from different parts of the world, from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Asia, and from many parts of the world. And they shared me their impression, and they told me that they're gonna tell their impression, their unforgettable memories of the beautiful celebration of Ethiopian Epiphany when they go back to their home, for their families, for their friends. So Ethiopian Epiphany is in fact attracting millions of tourists around the world, and the Pulse of Africa will share you the impression of foreign tourists on the celebration of the 2026 Ethiopian Epiphany. Do stay with the Pulse of Africa for more stories of Africa's tradition, culture, and beauty.
Recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, Timkat remains a profound symbol of faith, continuity, and national identity, uniting Ethiopians at home and across the diaspora in a shared, sacred tradition. Moving to Ghana. Ghana is hosting the 2026 Africa Real Estate Festival, bringing together policymakers, investors, developers, architects, and diaspora stakeholders from across Africa and beyond. Under the theme Innovation Meets Identity, Designing Africa's Next Living Experience, the festival aims to position real estate as a driver of sustainable urban development, cultural expression, and economic growth. Founder and CEO Desmond Oteng emphasized that Africa Real Estate Festival is a movement addressing Africa's rapid urbanization. Africa is urbanizing faster than any other continent. We need connected and functional urban ecosystems that work for people, he said. The event will feature over 1,500 delegates, 100 exhibitors from more than 30 countries, and 50 speakers. International engagement was highlighted by Barbados High Commissioner to Ghana, His Excellency Julite Boyne Sutherland, who underscored real estate's role as a bridge between investment diplomacy and sustainable development. She noted that Barbados' experience in tourism-linked real estate and community planning offers valuable lessons for Ghana and other African nations. From the government side, Deputy Director of the Diaspora Affairs Office, Nana Kere, outlined strategies to deepen diaspora participation in real estate through structured investments, digital land governance, and commercial development incentives. The festival is expected to generate over $200 million in investment leads. The 2026 edition of Africa Real Estate Festival will feature 4 core pillars: the Investment and Policy Conference, the Real Estate Exhibition and Diaspora Investment Pavilion, the Luxury Experience and Lifestyle Showcase, and the Cultural Festival and Innovation Matchmaking segment. With plans to expand regionally, the festival seeks to foster sustainable urban innovation across sector collaboration and long-term economic and cultural growth across Africa.
In Ethiopia, more homes and businesses now have access to electricity. Access to power supports education, healthcare, and local businesses. Light changes lives.
African and international leaders meeting in Lomé have endorsed a unified mediation effort led by the African Union and spearheaded by Togo to restore peace in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. The two-day summit chaired by Togolese President Faure Gnambe called for accelerated implementation of existing peace agreements and emphasized political solutions over military confrontation. The meeting highlighted the need for coherence among African, regional, and international peace initiatives to prevent fragmented efforts from undermining stability in the Great Lakes region. A revised mediation framework was approved, including an independent joint secretariat to support the AU panel of facilitators, which comprises former presidents from Nigeria, Kenya, Central African Republic, Botswana and Ethiopia. Participants reaffirmed support for the Doha peace process, urging both sides to resume negotiations immediately to finalize the remaining 6 protocols of the 2025 Comprehensive Peace Framework. Diplomatic advances, including U.S.-brokered DRC-Rwanda agreements and the Doha framework, were welcomed as milestones toward a lasting resolution. The AU mediation plan also sets out a coordinated follow-up structure to monitor the implementation of peace agreements, ensuring African ownership and sustained engagement. Nsangimbe stressed that only a durable political solution can restore security stability and development for the region's populations. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni has been re-elected for a 7th term, officially securing 71.65% of the vote in the January 15, 2026 presidential election. His main challenger, musician turned politician Bobi Wine, received 24.72%. The failure of biometric voter identification machines in key urban areas, including the capital Kampala, forced officials to rely on manual registers, raising questions over the transparency of the process and forming a likely basis for legal challenges. The African Union Commission has officially congratulated Museveni on his re-election. Chairperson Mohamed Ali Yusuf commended the conduct of the elections and praised the people of Uganda for their commitment to peace, security and democratic processes. The AUC also acknowledged the leadership of the former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, who headed the Joint African Union COMESA observation mission, highlighting the role of continental oversight in supporting credible electoral practices. Moving on to our business headlines. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed on Friday underscored Ethiopia's commitment to homegrown development and intergenerational responsibility, highlighting Medemir as a unifying African philosophy that brings together government, the private sector, communities, nature, and the legacy of the past to shape a shared future. The Prime Minister noted that the initiative stands as a living expression of Medemir in action. Built using locally sourced materials and local expertise, the project reflects Africa's enduring values of self-reliance, sustainability and collective ownership, demonstrating how indigenous resources and knowledge can drive modern development. He emphasized that Ethiopia, like much of Africa, is richly endowed with cultural heritage, natural wealth and historical assets that must be harnessed responsibly. These strengths, he said, are not merely inheritances from the past, but tools for building inclusive growth and long-term prosperity for future generations. The Premier called on Ethiopians to channel the witnessed energy, skills and unity to unlock the country's vast potential, stressing that development rooted in local realities and African values offers the most durable path forward. Such an approach, he added, aligns Ethiopia's national journey with Africa's broader aspiration for dignity, sustainability and shared progress. The Dying for Generations project symbolizes a forward-looking African vision, one where nations build tomorrow by valuing their people, protecting nature and honoring the wisdom and assets passed down through generations. Moving to South Africa. South Africa has revised its inflation framework, shifting from a broad target range of 3 to 6% to a new point target of 3% with a tolerance margin of plus or minus 1 percentage point. The adjustment signals a stronger commitment by monetary authorities to maintain lower and more stable inflation, a move aimed at slowing the pace at which prices rise across the economy. By narrowing the target, policymakers seek to enhance price stability and strengthen confidence in the country's economic management. Economists note that a lower inflation target helps protect the purchasing power of households, ensuring that incomes and savings retain their value over time. It also provides clearer guidance for interest rate decisions, supporting long-term planning for businesses and investors. The revised target aligns South Africa with global best practices in inflation management, reinforcing efforts to anchor expectations, promote macroeconomic stability, and support sustainable economic growth in Africa's most industrialized economy. Now to sports. Today, under the bright lights of state, Prince Moulay Abdullah in Rabat, the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations AFCON 2025 reaches its climax, and with it, the race for the Golden Boot will also be settled. As Morocco hosts Senegal in a high-stakes final, the tournament's top scorer award hangs in the balance, promising a thrilling conclusion to a record-breaking edition. Morocco's Brahim Diaz leads the Golden Boot race with 5 goals, having scored in every match except the semi-final against Nigeria, which ended 0-0 before Morocco advanced on penalties. Close behind are Egypt's Mohamed Salah and Nigeria's Victor Osimhen, each with 4 goals, adding tension to the final day of the competition. The outcome of the third-place playoff between Egypt and Nigeria yesterday also influenced the Golden Boot chase, but today's final provides the last opportunity for Diaz to cement his position, or for the chasers to catch up with a decisive performance. Other contenders with 3 goals each, including Morocco's Ayoub El Kabi, Nigeria's Ademola Lookman, Cote d'Ivoire's Amad Diallo, Algeria's Riyad Mahrez, and Mali's Lassine Sinyako, also keep the race unpredictable. Any standout performance in today's final could reshape the lead board. As Morocco and Senegal battle for continental glory, Africa awaits not only to see a champion crowned, but also which player will emerge as the tournament's top scorer, completing a thrilling and unforgettable AFCON 2025. Coming up next are the latest regional weather updates. May the spirit of Ketera bring joy and pride today and always. Wishing everyone a happy Ketera Day, and I invite you to watch our special program, The Celebration of Timgit. Goodbye and take care.
This is my first time in Ethiopia and in Africa, actually. And I'm very excited of being here, and especially this very unique celebration. I have heard so much about it, and I actually was in Israel once when this was celebrated. So I wanted so much to come here and be with you and enjoy the park.
This festival is great. So I also celebrated it last 2 years, but never on Jan Meda. But what I also like is that the celebration not starts now, it starts yesterday, also the days before. You see the people are preparing for the celebrations. Like, I appreciate that the celebration is so long. I feel the community, the relation to religion, the uniqueness. I never saw this in the world, so I really appreciate to be part of this, to see this, because this is very unique.
It's my first time to be here. It's my first time in general in Africa. I love it. I love the culture. The people there are so nice to me. Yeah, I love the food. It's so good. Injera, I love it. We still see or Shiro.
It's more colorful event. You see how countries and people, population binds together, churches are bind together to deliver this message of unity and everything.
And I'm from the group called Global Seniors, like Paul. And this is a group that are interested in countries outside Denmark and want to learn and culture and see and meet people and to get us to understand each other. Not fight, but be together.
I see the strength in their community, like when they're all together, I see like the whole city or the whole country is celebrating together. When they're singing, I feel like this is power. And this is what I really appreciate. And of course, after the celebrations, the meat, the apes, bere, sometimes in Dorowat. So also I appreciate this very much.
I'm kind of proud of being here. As I told you, it's the first time. It means maybe next year again I'll be here. And it's a way for me to communicate, to bind with Ethiopian cultural and also religious way of doing things. And I feel happy.
They have to see Ethiopia at all, in Ethiopia. Like, they have to see this festival. They have to see Meskel, Genna, to come to Ethiopia, drink Buna, eat injera. I think to see this country is like really nice experience. It's a beautiful country, beautiful people. So I would ask everybody to see this, to make his own view, because many people, I think, they have an opinion about other countries without seeing them. And after I came here, I really appreciate how the people are, how proud they are for their culture and how unique this country is. So everybody should come here.
I know almost everywhere in Addis Ababa, from Siromeda, Zanmeda, where I'll be very soon, Bole, Bora, Kaliti. So Addis is huge, you know, it's almost like a country within a country. And there might be also, there's still be place to discover. But I'll take time to go through the whole place, also the whole country as well.
Oh, I think it's so comfortable. I feel so pretty in it and I love to wear it. I love that you accepted that I wear it and can be part of your culture and let me part of your culture. If they miss the chance to come to Ethiopia, they will miss a very big chance. Like, it's such an experience to be here, unforgettable.
Ethiopia is fantastic. The climate is fantastic. Addis is situated so high that it's easy for North Europeans to be here, and it's very. I feel very much at home. I like to be in a country which is a little more chaotic than the northern countries, but also have an atmosphere of warmth and joy. Lots of joy. Yeah, I enjoy it very much.
To Genna for Lalibela, I traveled to Bahirda, to Omo Valley, Arbaminch, Hara, Dirdawa, many places. So I think also if you want to understand this country, you have to see the different places because it's so different.
I consider myself as an ambassador of Ethiopian way of living, of Ethiopian culture. So the message I will just have to send to people all around the world who love ethnicity, who love religion, who love how people bind together to celebrate, whether it's Christian, Muslim, different cultures, to come to Ethiopia, to come to Addis, Why not also to Uganda, where I know is also one place where people celebrate Timkat as first users as everywhere. So it's a straight message to everyone. Come to visit the country. It's beautiful, it's huge, it's immense.